Okay, next tier. I'm calling this tier the I want to believe tier. No real rooting interest, but it's interesting to see how the table looks early in the season. So we're starting off the Chicago Red Stars. They added Lauren Donaldson at manager and Sam Staub in defense. And this team does not look, from the matches that I've watched them play, they don't look like they finished dead fucking last in the table last season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody enjoys a good worst to first story, but can they keep it going?
That's the real question. And shout out to Lauren Donaldson, who's managing this undefeated Red Stars team.
Yeah.
Just 2 goals allowed this season. I think that's kind of where they've been making their hay. Alyssa Nair, the resurgent Alyssa Nair, she's stopped 8 of the 10 shots on target she's faced this season. I don't have to run this to the Apple IIe. I'm just going to do this using the old noggin. That's a save rate of 80%.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about her struggles last season. She gave up 50 goals. Save rate last year hovering right around 64%. So big time improvement from last year to this year. And lastly, turns out Mallory Swanson, sort of a difference maker.
Yeah.
Safe to say she's worked her way back in a huge way. And you can imagine there's still probably quite a bit of room for her to continue to take her game up a level from here. She looks awesome though. She kind of has the look of like somebody that's only going to get better from here. I'm pretty excited about Swanson, Chicago, Alyssa Nair, Donaldson, the whole Red Stars vibe.
Definitely going to be interesting to watch. Next on this tier, I think another club that if you said before the season they're going to be near the top of the table, really at any point, I think people will be like, that's probably a tall mountain to climb. North Carolina Courage.
I think that's what we said.
I think it is exactly what we said. I don't know if the algorithm was influenced by those takes. Who knows? Who can say?
It's a black box, that thing.
Exactly. Who knows? The North Carolina Courage, they lost the MVP of the league when Caroline injured her ACL late last season. Now, they started this year with a dominating 5-1 win over Houston and then a 1-0 win over the champs. That's a pretty good resume so far. But they also had that kind of strange, as we mentioned earlier, that weird away loss to Utah sandwiched in between. Here they are, sitting on 6 points. Bianca St. George is scoring. Ashley Sanchez and Denise O'Sullivan have played well. And this team is making us pay attention early. And so I think they fit squarely in, I want to believe in this, but we'll have to see.
We'll have to see, I think, is right on the money. Not sure entirely what to make of this team without Caroline, like you mentioned. I feel like they're probably like a mid-table team. They did notch that big win over Gotham in a match where I thought they spent most of it getting outplayed, to be honest. Gotham outshot them 15-6, but was only able to put 1 shot on target. Eesh, that's not great. So perhaps a recipe for success, maybe centered more around defense, more around possession. But I think could be a little bit of fool's gold. I'm not going to quite go all the way there yet, but that's certainly possible with this Courage team.
Absolutely. Will be exciting to see. I do realize wait and see is not the most exciting sports analysis, but the algorithm spits out what it spits out during week 3 of the season. What can we do?
We'll check the dot matrix printer a little bit later. Make sure that the little spikes are going through the sides of the paper.
Exactly.
If you're under 40 years old, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but just trust us.
Yeah, it's totally a thing. Don't worry, guys. All right, next tier.